NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Superdome here in downtown New Orleans. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the New York Giants and the New Orleans Saints. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Room here to run. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. 42 yards rushing for him now as he has started this wild card round with a flourish. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Right back to him on first down. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Second and 9 now. Johnson's got it complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, Brown, a nice catch. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. So that one a disaster, a big loss there with second down coming up. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11.
An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of the game has a mental image of how they expected to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
It's by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
All right, rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. And the Giants are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Complete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think he just made the punter a little bit jealous there. There was some serious hang time on that ball. Deep downfield, and while it didn't connect, it certainly sent a message, didn't it?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And the Giants send out their punter now.
Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. No score after 1 on EA Sports. First down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the second round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
Second and 8 coming up.
They'll set up a throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Saints are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. While you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that's how you start a drive, because they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 20-yard line. 75 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn it loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Saints will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for the offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks can be big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Even with a 3rd and 2 coming up, they got 8 yards there.
It took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left and right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. Could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try to keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now back to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got him in, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 114 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wild Card matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not...
And it's a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they're hoping the second half is better than the first. They've got to find a way to get in there as a big part of their offense.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Stuck short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level. Make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down. It gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some.
Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Giants have scored again in this 3rd quarter. This time to move out in front.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game.
18. Saints 14.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Charles, we'll see how this offense responds. Remember the last time they were out, they went for it on 4th down, did not get it, and that led to a touchdown on the other side. So they need a response here.
They certainly do, and I just have a question for you. You think that was a gut feel, or was that analytics that came into play there deciding to go for it on 4th down?
That felt like gut to me. What about you?
Yeah, absolutely, because the way it backfired, where they are in the game, all those things, that didn't feel like an analytics call. That certainly felt like, hey, I feel like we can get this right now. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for them.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. picked off by Quay Walker. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Barkley. Only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that production, they still had the ball.
I think they're fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from the leaders, that'll help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that'll make this a 7-point game.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
143 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
36-yard line.
One quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd and 4. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Giants 28, Saints 14.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 7 yards there and a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
$37 line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's the 2nd and 7. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call. It ended up maybe closing them out.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Giants. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He gets this one to Johnson.
And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Back to throw here. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football. And that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things in this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
At the 47-yard line.
2nd and 6. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. They're going to look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Saints are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Let's go.
Barkley inside handoff. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's 2nd and 8.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check?
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose.